Well, we're back here in Rich Stadium, Buffalo, New York. The Corps are coming on the field now for the final ceremonies, the final scores, and we'll soon know who the world champ of 1990 is. And I still think they're all closely bunched.
Oh, it's been a barn burner tonight. They came in here closely bunched. It's been the most exciting semifinal setup for the final show that we've had in a long time. 6 corps, any one of them can do it. Boy, do we have a crowd here tonight. We know that there are more than 32,000 people who have come into Rich Stadium for this show tonight. And look at that shot. That is always pretty to see, the people framing the drum corps.
And there was an enthusiastic crowd. Repeated standing ovations for the corps, sometimes 2 or 3 times during their programs.
This is the top 12. They are the cream of the crop. For the first year, we have a Canadian corps in there with a Dutch boy, the first time since 1977. They make the I in DCI, they make it international this year. But, you know, Kurt, there are corps across Europe now that are getting more and more active. We've had a few come over here from England. There are corps in Japan. A Japanese corps has come here in years past. And you're seeing a greater cross-pollination in the activity. So it may come the day when we see a real drum corps world tour. That'd be something.
I think it's a great program for youngsters, young adults. First of all, it's discipline. They have high discipline. They practice a lot. They take coaching, a big staff of instructors. They hit the road, and all kinds of traveling is educational. And then they compete. And they compete in intense competition, and when it's all over in the middle of August, they look back, and I think it's been worthwhile to all of them.
You form friendships. My best friends from my childhood days are the people I marched with, and those friendships have held through a lot of years after you hang up the marching shoes. And you learn how to win and lose, and you learn how to do it with grace. You know, you learn a lot about I learned how to do my laundry on tour as a kid.
You learned a lot of things.
Well, you're in trouble if you don't. But this is, you know, this is the culmination for these kids. Everything they have done comes down to this night. We've talked about semifinal scores, quarterfinal scores. These are the scores tonight that determines who gets the championship rings. And, you know, it's so tight that we could have a tie conceivably. If they do have a tie for the top honors, the tie stands. We'll have 2 champions. We could also have some ties further on down the line. This has also been a big week for kids that we don't see on the field. There are 2 other classes of drum corps that have competed here. The A60s, they're the smaller corps, 60 members and less, and the Class A corps. They're a little bit bigger, but they're not quite ready to do battle with these big boys here. And it's been a great year for those corps, and 2 Canadian corps have taken those honors this year. L'Académie from Quebec, and the Ventures from the Ontario province of Canada, an all-girl corps.
Let's go down now to the PA announcer, Brant Crocker, and let's get the rundown now of the finalists, 12 of them, and the final scores.
Dutch boy. In 11th place with a score of 83.4. 83.4, Spirit of Atlanta. In 10th place with a score of 87.3. 87.3, the Velvet Knights. In 9th place with a score of 88.7. 88.7, the Madison Scouts. In 8th place with a score of 89.2. 89.2, the Bluecoats. In 7th place with a score of 89.6. 89.6, the Crossmen. In 6th place with a score of 94. 94.0, Santa Clara Vanguard. In 5th place, we have a tie with a score of 95.3, the Blue Devils. And Phantom Regiment. In 3rd place with a score of 96.5, 96.5, Star of Indiana. In 2nd place with a score of 96.9, 96.9, the Cavaliers. Our 1990 world champion with a score of 97.7, 97.7, the Cadets of Bergen County. Presenting the DCI World Championships Traveling Trophy is Robert Morrison from Pearl International, and presenting the DCI World Champion Trophy is Jim Catalano of Leadwood Drum Company. Also presenting the championship flag, Don Passione, Executive Director of Drum Corps International.
Well, the Cadets came through. They were leading coming into the championship. That is, the averages of the quarterfinals and semifinals they held up, and they were real champs. This is their 5th title, 83, 84, 85, 87, and 90. How about them, Steve?
Well, Kurt, they won by 0.8 of a point. They had a 0.5 of a point spread in brass, and they also took high percussion with a 1/10 of an edge over the Cavaliers, and that propelled them into it. They earned it, and the Cavies have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. The strongest show yet from them. What a great night. We had a tie in there with the Phantom and the Devils. Oh, a lot of fun.
A lot of fun is right. So I'm Kurt Gowdy along with Steve Renadero from Buffalo Rich Stadium. The Cadets of Hackensack, New Jersey have won the Drum Corps International World Championships for 1990, and we hope you enjoyed the show. There's the drum major.
McDonald's restaurants all over the country have joined together to make possible this special program. Our golden arches have always been lit with the promise of tomorrow. Funding is also provided by Cook Group Incorporated, Bloomington, Indiana. INB, a proud sponsor of Drum Corps International. And by Marsh Supermarkets, where we value you.